All right, welcome everyone. We're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we're here for
JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, Part 6, Episode 5, Slime and Illusions.
Illusions. Perfect illusions.
Yep.
In fact, almost nearly a dreamscape of sorts.
Right, your whole life is a lie.
Yeah, this entire thing was a setup for, well, yes, Jotaro, but... No, we don't have a sniper stand that can redirect bullets using
that would be
aerodynamics.
ridiculous, and we can never actually have a sniper stand
as
user.
well.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yep. How do you fight that? It's either it completely beats you or it's worthless. You know, there's no in between. So here we have this situation, which is, I mean, awesome and ridiculous and crazy. Then there's still that kid.
Yeah. The kid's the mystery.
Yeah.
The kid's the mystery. But also, they're still in this situation, and she's trying to wake up her dad.
Wake up! Yeah.
I would love if we get really, like, part 4 style, second by second, moment by moment, of, like, okay, now they're out of the effect of the illusion. How do we then navigate this space in such a way that, because, like, this is all happening, like Jotaro's definitely going to be hurt, and they need to get him out of there, but then also we need to use our stands, we need to deal with the guards, and it's it's going to be nutty. So, y'all, without further ado, let's get into this. Prisoner of Love, okay. So no longer in the Visitor.
Okay, so she did manage to wake him up. Ugh.
All right. Nice. Oh shit!
Wait.
The thing we talked about before!
Yeah.
Right! Holy shit, we brought this up!
Yeah!
Yeah!
He's still dreaming!
Oh my god!
You needed an extra layer for Jotaro.
Whoa! Holy shit!
Oh my god.
Wow! Oh my god! That was amazing!
Wait.
Oh, what is he gonna do? What is he gonna do?
Oh, he gets Star Platinum to grab her stand, and so he can drag her with him.
Whoa! Whoa!
Yep.
She's like, you son of a bitch!
Yeah.
You hit me!
Hey, you're not numb anymore.
That's true.
Oh, okay, they cleaned off just fine.
Yep. Hell yeah. This is so awesome having, like, one of the most overpowered characters in all of the series just casually helping the protagonist.
Yep.
Human. Oh, like a baby? Oh, God. Oh, it's the... right. It's not the full pelvis. Right. Shit, yeah, because he broke the door. Yep. Cool.
Otherwise, we'll deal with it for the rest of the season. Was the acid getting into the air?
Oh, the stand itself. Submarine, hell yeah!
Yep.
Speedwagon, yes!
I love that Speedwagon is still influencing things in Season 6. Or Part 6.
Oh shit. Did they just enter another dream?
They might have.
Oh man, I'm now like hyper aware of everything. The pendant! Jotaro just took it. That's not Jotaro. Oh.
This is a MacGuffin. Keep your eyes on it at all times.
Yeah, he's acting too nice.
Yeah.
Ah, she's playing along. Oh. Wow. Wait, no. Wait, never mind. No.
Hold on.
No, she's laying him a new one. Oh, yeah. Fuck you.
Gotcha.
Making me deal with this.
But he doesn't see the smashed door.
Yeah.
Look closely.
Wow, look at his hair.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. That's John Gallier.
Uh-huh. Shit.
Well.
All right.
Here we go.
Wait, what?
Oh, shit. Oh, crap.
Oh, damn.
He had help. Yep, yep. Oh, shit.
All right.
Oh! Whoa!
What?
Whitesnake. Oh, yeah, yeah, let's go!
Oh.
Shit, shit!
Shit.
Oh, he, like, recorded the two of them. He, like, recorded the stand and Jotaro, like, onto a disc.
I think so, yeah. So
Oh
the
my
stand
God.
and his soul or whatever have both been taken.
Shit, no!
No,
No, come on!
Jotaro's not gonna die.
Come on!
Yeah, that's... Hence why he wanted her to hold on to it.
Oh, he's lying! Yeah! Holy shit! Oh, shit!
Yeah!
Oh, shit!
What?
Oh! Holy shit!
Yeah!
Yeah! Get him! Yeah, he surrenders immediately. And then fired as it drops, yeah.
Yep.
Whoa! Oh!
Yeah!
Get him! Yeah! She's a Joestar! Yeah! Damn. No.
No.
Oh my god,
No,
they're actually
come on.
doing this!
Come on! She just called you dad! Come on.
Get him in there.
Mm-hmm.
Holy shit. Okay. Okay. Come on!
You can't.
We just got
him here.
That's what he whispered, yeah.
Come on.
Wow, Araki. There you go, you did it. You knew he wouldn't be satisfied with Jotaro dying short of every single attempt, yeah. Oh shit, she's gonna come back! Yeah. She's gonna come back! She's going to find...
Uh-huh. Yep. She put his body in the submarine, maybe?
Oh. Oh, the kid, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. So inside is where I need to be. Wait!
Whoa, okay. Okay.
Okay.
Oh. Ah, this is so surreal, man. Oh. Wow.
Okay. Holy shit.
Oh my god. Get fucked.
Oh my god.
Wow.
Nope.
No.
Mm-mm. Nope. You're a loophole.
Yep.
Yep. Can't have her finding her way back to me.
Oh my god.
Uh-huh.
Oh my god.
That is amazing. Holy shit. And that's your ability.
Uh-huh. Oh shit!
Oh my god!
Shit, he did take both of them! Yes!
What?
Yes!
No!
Oh!
No!
Oh my god!
Wow.
He's dead.
He did it. Araki done did that.
But is he?
But is he?
Because
and so
whatever this stand did...
Stole the stand, copied the soul, or something like that.
Yeah. A CD disc, a CD-ROM, a DVD-ROM, or whatever was used that extracted something from Jotaro,
but he was
removed
still
his ability to use his stand.
right. But he was still conscious after that, and that's the thing that makes me gives me pause because I expected it to be something where he took the both of them, right? And then Jotaro was just going to be a sack of flesh afterwards, right? You know, but he talked, he could move, he could reason.
That was actually him. So there's an aspect of this that is basically like he burned something to the disc, basically.
Right.
And now he has the discs, and they're probably going to be added to some kind of collection that he has.
Yep.
And this sicko probably gets off on this on some level. But because this has been going on for a while, this is not a thing where they necessarily want to leave the prison necessarily.
No, they're safe
They'll
in
just
here.
keep doing this.
Sure.
Yeah.
Like this is
a great like villain idea because I don't know if this is just a beginning like part of the story villain, or if this is like the main villain for the part.
I think he's going to end up being the main villain. Like
Yeah.
this gives me very much a vibe for part 6 if it continues with this. That this is basically the better part 4 in a similar way that part 5 was kind of a better part 3 from the moment by moment action standpoint.
The pacing, primarily.
Right, from the pacing.
Yeah.
Because in part 4,
It took a while to get to Kira.
It took a while to get to Kira, but we had a serial killer basically that collected hands.
Yes.
Now they're collecting stands.
Yeah, collecting stands or souls
Right.
or
Or
spirits
some
or
kind of
some
crazy
aspect
stuff
of
along
their,
those lines.
Yeah,
Yep.
what it might even be, and this is something that I think would be a really, really clever way to do this, is that it's an aspect of like their like memories or something with the stand specifically. So then you can learn stuff from them,
Sure.
and that's why if we like extrapolate a lot from this minor detail that this prisoner or guard, it could be a guard, you know,
Yep.
we don't really know, is very comfortable being here.
Right.
So they don't necessarily either care about the outside world as much, or they get enough through this process that the outside world is they're already covered in that regard.
Yeah. But one of the other things that I saw as being a similarity from this to part 4
Jeez.
is that this is kind of Jolyne's introduction as a main character.
Right.
We had her introduction before and her immediate motivation, right?
Yep.
But now this is her long-term motivation with regards to this part.
Yeah.
And that was something that I really loved that we got with Josuke in part 4 as for why he was motivated to hunt down stands and stuff.
Yep.
With, I think it was his grandpa dying, right? That was great stakes for, oh shit, you know, this happens.
Well, his family, got attacked, yeah.
Right, his family got attacked and somebody died, and then, you know, all right, I gotta make sure my town's safe, right? But I always got this sense that it didn't like that specific event didn't tie too much into future like things that happened. But with this is very concretely tied to what I'm sure is going to be at least a major conflict, if not the major conflict for the part, right?
Yeah, I agree.
Get my dad back. He is currently dead, but because of Stan shenanigans, I really feel like I'll be able to get him back.
Yep.
Cool. And the guy is someone in here, but they covered their trail. They killed perfectly. They killed their partner, so no one knows who they are.
Yep, and everything that they did was done through their stand.
Right.
The stand picked up the gun and shot him. That
Like,
was the best like twisted form of this, because the stand shouldn't make too much of a the stand should effectively be invisible to John Gallier. Like, except for the sound of the voice.
Oh, right. Well, yeah, I mean,
so the
John
idea
Gallier
of, like,
is...
Right, but the idea of, like, him holding the gun. No, I know. But he has such a
the
sense
wind
of
and all
hearing
that
or something
stuff.
or the aerodynamics, that he didn't even sense that the stand was holding the gun. So he's like, have you seen my gun?
Right.
Like...
Yeah, so maybe it was something... I mean, it doesn't matter too much since John Gallier is now dead, but maybe it was something where it was his stand that would perceive things, not him. So, like, his stand would see for him, and then it would go far away from him to do the sniping and such.
Right.
But then... And that's why he didn't see that the bars were moved. You know, he didn't see that the gun wasn't picked up or whatever. But, oh, man.
Oh, my God. I love it because on some level, this is an absolute dick punch of a decision by Araki to kill a beloved character in the very beginning with not a lot of agency given to Jotaro specifically in how he handled this situation.
Yeah, it's like shit out of luck. You know, one of the stand encounters ends up being something where too bad.
Well, it was multiple levels of bad, and I like that this part was sold really well. We have someone who's motivated to kill him because of the stuff that happened with Dio.
Yep.
Okay, cool. So that means John Gallier, nobody then, because he's being used by this other person, which I very much got the feeling of in before with regards to how this all was set up, that there was someone else basically maneuvering things with regards to this here. Then we have Jotaro having to protect his daughter throughout this whole thing here. So there's multiple times where he's having to utilize his stand and his physical body in such a way that he can overcome all obstacles.
And Star Platinum is one hell of a stand, so even if he needs to jump in the way of the bullets, it's basically fine because he just punches them all out of the air, but then, suddenly there was a stand hiding that then...
Yeah.
Done.
So he basically was like, I will let this stand do some kind of attack towards me because I don't know how deadly it can be, but I know how deadly bullets can be. So he made the judgment call that there are two attacks coming in. I'm going to take both of them, but I'm going to focus Star Platinum on deflecting the bullets so that at the very least Jolyne and I will be okay from that attack.
Right.
But the other attack will have to go towards me based on how I position myself.
Yep.
I love the way Jotaro thinks in that he is a fucking tank, so he's going to take it because he's a Joestar.
He got shot like 3 times and he was still like, okay, so what's the situation?
But also, this is also, I would say, another aspect of Part 4 where Jotaro should have died in Part 4 against Kira there.
Yeah.
That was a moment where he just became more than he's ever been.
Right.
Like, rose like a fucking zombie and was just like, you done fucked up, you know?
Yep.
And that was a powerful moment with him and Koichi versus Kira.
Yep.
But now, his lucks ran out. He's played enough of his cards. His game time is over, but there is hope. The fact that Araki does this, but gives us hope, not just in the... She's grieving, she's in denial, she's lost her father, but she believes...
Could theoretically be that.
Which it could be that, but the fact that the discs were done in a specific way where it was very clearly a disc that was Star Platinum, then there was another disc there.
And we saw that.
And we saw that very clearly, and then there was also the number of them that came out of his actual head there. We're like, okay, but what is that? What is that? We don't know
what does
that
that
is.
do, right? Does it make a new body? Like, what?
Yeah, we don't know, but in a very, very,
Watch.
very, not, what's the word I'm trying to say? It's not relatable, but it's a feeling we get of we're just as lost as Jolyne is here in that we don't know what the limits of stands are.
Right.
Not just as Jolyne isn't really aware either, but also that in this part thus far, we've already been set up to have like ridiculously crazy stand encounters. Just the one that we had that was not Gwes, basically.
Yeah.
Which was hilarious, by the way.
That was wonderful.
But it was also quite bizarre. This one was multiple layers of like insanity.
Oh, by the way,
so
I want to point out something kind of funny.
Yeah.
It took 3 parts for stand users to finally figure this out. Wait, we want to kill Jotaro? Hold on. What if we teamed up? And went after him with multiple stand users at once. I think Whole Horse and the other one did that, but technically they went after Polnareff. Kind of like
But I think the important thing to bring up here is that Jotaro wasn't a fucking legend in Part 3 yet.
That's true.
Wasn't really until
that is a fair point.
It wasn't really until what was the lady, the hag that was
Enya.
Yeah. It wasn't until her that she was at that point where she's like, Jotaro, like we've heard of you now, like it's gotten that crazy. And then when they get to Egypt, then they're like, oh, we are. Are you going to do the ora? Yes.
Right, but I do find it hilarious that for the way in which Araki ends up killing Jotaro, it's something as fairly straightforward as there's not one stand user, but 2, and they keep it a secret that there's a second one.
Yeah, and one of them is basically a mystery. We don't know, because this is just a thing that needs to be brought up here. We don't know whether or not this ability here of the stand is actually the stand user's actual stand. Because given how... think about it here. The stand using illusions has nothing to do with
taking discs
out of people.
That probably just a disc that
very separate... No, I know. But those are 2 very distinct types of abilities.
Yep.
Meaning that in some ways, one of those, at the very least, potentially both of them, are not the stand user's actual, stand ability.
Which is also another great bit of, logic, basically, for why Jotaro was okay with taking the bullets and stuff, because even though he knows there's another stand user out here, he's like, I know what its ability is. It can put us into dreams. As long as I don't do that, Star Platinum should beat just about anything in Melee. So if it comes to attack me...
That's why he didn't get as worried about that stand being the one that he would take the hit from.
But surprise, there was really more like a third stand, maybe. We don't know how the abilities and the stands work exactly, of whether they can stack on top of each other, or whether you get multiple stands as one person, or whether you need to give them to different people, or who knows.
And then there's also the possibility of a lot of the world building that's been happening, especially over the course of 4 and 5, the idea of stands being something more than just an avatar of a person's soul or spirit, but potentially an entity unto themselves as well.
Right.
Which
Silver
this
Chariot Requiem, Killer Queen by Zadusto.
Right. There's an aspect of this stand, Whitesnake or what have you, that was talking in a very very straightforward manner that this is something really terrifying.
No, watch. That's actually just the outfit of the stand user, and he just wears that all the time in prison.
Well, that's the part I love about this, is that the stand is the perfect filter where every single character that we get introduced to from here on out in the prison could be the actual stand user.
Oh, and by the way,
the perfect mystery is that we don't even need to see them.
Nope.
For the whole show necessarily.
This is the other thing that I would say is a wonderful improvement onto part 4, even though Araki did figure out a really good way around this even in part 4, is if you have someone who is a secret supervillain the entire time, right? Like in part 3 you have Dio, and it's obvious that it's Dio. But as a result of that, you kind of have this whole thing of, is anything important until we get to Dio? You know?
It's about the adventure in that they don't know who nearby them when they're on their way to Dio could be a threat. So it's where the whole meme of, is this the work of an enemy stand? It's no, this is just some iced tea, Mr. Joestar.
Yeah. But then in part 4, you have Kira, who's this serial killer. In order for us to care about the inevitable showdown with Kira, we need to know who Kira is, right? And if they're a serial killer, you're not exactly going to meet with them very much, right? So what Araki did is he's like, I'm going to tell it from the killer's perspective, and that was a wonderful way for us to get attached to Kira. It was excellent, right? Here, how do we do this where we have an actual mystery villain? Because we also did kind of have something like that in part 5 of a villain in the shadows. But again, we didn't really run into them very much. Oh wait, a misdirect. Dopo. There we go, or Doppio. That way, we can have someone who is the villain but isn't the villain, so we can get introduced to the villain without realizing it's the villain, and it can still be a reveal villain, right?
Yep.
Here, there's another way to do it. You know that it could be anybody. We know what they did. They killed Jotaro. They took Star Platinum, right?
Yep.
But and they're here.
This is what their stand looks like.
And this is what their stand looks like, right? That way that we can get built up.
But other than that,
we know shit.
If we never see the stand, we could just see them walk through the halls and be like, huh. And
they could be one of the main cast.
Right. And given the JoJo's formula of stand encounter of the week, for the most part, we could have one of these stand encounters have a character that's brought up that doesn't have a stand, but,
Or they have a stand that does a particular thing, but oh no, that was just a disc that they stole a while back.
Yeah, exactly.
There are so many ways that this can just go in crazy directions.
And Araki subverted his subversion with, instead of this being a prison break family drama, no this is a originally
cat and mouse
right. It's a cat and mouse thing, but it's also what it was originally with the whole thing there. It's a fuck whoever set me up in this way. No, I'm going to figure out how to get back at them, but instead of leaving the prison to go back at them, I'm gonna come back into the prison. And this is so crazy.
Here's something else I want to point out about why that in particular I think is a genius move. So if you think about it, at the beginning, that's the first episode for a part of JoJo's is very much setting the tone for what this story is going to be, right? Because it's essentially a whole new story.
Right.
Oh, vengeance, prison, all that stuff. There's a target we need to go after. Okay, there we go. Right? Cool. The guy that was her boyfriend or whatever, sure, I want Jolyne to get vengeance on him too. He's not main villain material, right? He's too big. She doesn't even
care about him anymore.
Exactly.
Forget him.
But Araki gave that to us to prep us for this. So that way, the promise that he gave us of what kind of story this would be, he still is delivering on. Because theoretically...
she did get the lawyer.
Right, remember? She did get the lawyer, And
she
theoretically...
the shit out of him with the car thing.
Right, and imagine if it was something different, right? Even if it's something that's really cool, if it's something that has a different vibe, you could get people that were like, oh man, that actually sounded like a really cool formula for a JoJo's part. I'm kind of disappointed that it didn't end up being that. Well, it is actually. And in a much better way than, you would have thought.
Yeah,
right?
And now the kid, who was the mystery element before, we get that light bit of catharsis after the death, which I think is also a very clever way to smooth over the idea of we're still making some progress here.
Exactly.
Because the illusion being a thing before could have been seen as a form of backpedaling on all the progression, so that this then leads to a point where the bad guys win. Then we get the, no, we're going to team up with Emporio, which is such a cool name, but also this kid has also a personal reason to eventually partner up with Jolyne.
Oh.
Because whoever this was did this to his mother.
Wait a minute.
After he was born in this prison.
Yeah. What if... Okay, here's a crazy thought.
Yeah.
So, no one else can see this kid.
Right.
Even Jotaro couldn't see this kid. That's a very potentially concerning or world-building, big implications for that.
So she maybe didn't bear the child, and he died while in her womb. And then just grew up as a ghost, basically.
Well, I think so.
I think we're still a little bit too hard on this ghost.
No. I don't think it necessarily has to be a ghost. Although it
could be an aspect of whatever his ability is.
But that would almost seem strange since we had a ghost with Kira in part 4. So that would be redoing kind of the same concept.
But maybe Araki's headed in that direction, though. And spiritual, sci-fi, natural stuff is where they could take it.
And Araki could totally do that. What if though? This is one of the discs. So. The disc that's Star Platinum, I feel like that's fairly straightforward. That's fairly easy to understand. You take the stand, right? Because the stand is a spiritual entity or whatever. But what if you take out the disc of a person? Does that if that person, if it is actually like the soul of the person or whatever, in some form or other, does that person still exist? Can they think in that state? Are they just frozen in time? What if this kid was some kind of runaway disc or something like that, right?
Yeah, you've lost me, man.
Okay.
Yeah.
But because
I have weird theories, but I mean...
I could totally see that being way too out there, but at the same time, this kid is something.
Yeah. But the thing is, look at the OP here. He's framed with the squad.
Yes.
Like, it's definitely, in my opinion, a thing of where, if anything, the OP might have, potential spoilers as to who is the actual stand user.
Yes.
Jotaro.
The fact that Gwess wasn't shown with the squad means that Gwess is actually the killer.
I mean, we'll see. But I think the thing that is most likely the case is that either in the next, 3 to 5 episodes, they'll be at least shown so that they can be a twist reveal later, or they've already been shown.
Okay.
And that's why this is happening now. But in the OP, there's multiple characters that are very much looking like they're going to be, squad-type characters. There's the strings going around everywhere, the threads. There's discs, all over the place here.
Yep.
There's the part where they're, falling from the sky and everything. There's a part where I think they're, on the street, and then
we might have actually gotten some information, not the characters but us, the audience, as for the identity of this individual.
Okay.
John Gallier said, "Could you take me back to the men's prison ward now?"
Oh, so it's a man.
Sure, but
that it's actually a staff member. That it's a guard.
Exactly, it's someone who works at the prison. Someone who could actually take him back, unless it
might just be illusions where you could just.
Yeah, it's you have so many discs, you could just pull out the one that's teleporting or something, and send him back there, right? That is a total possibility. Yeah. But if it's not that, then there's a very good chance, I think, that they are one of the actual people who runs the prison.
Do you have okay? Yeah, I think that's very likely. That's very likely because that's a way that they could have the actual, stand user be shown in the part where she's getting introduced to the prison and stuff, and it could be, just one of the guards.
Right, still have them be concealed and everything because the uniforms are fairly generic, so you don't really see them in their full flamboyant JoJo's outfit.
Right.
Also, if it's the prison warden, I just want to say that if it's the prison warden...
The prison warden would be the best.
That would be
so funny.
Oh, man.
That actually would... Yeah, we should look for people in positions of power that have potentially been at this prison for quite a while. Yep. So that's a thing there. I want to say the one thing is that there were 2 discs.
Yep.
One came out of his cheek and the other came out of his head.
Right,
out of his hat, head there.
Yeah, about like a cross section of the brain, basically.
Yeah, I loved the detail of like the image of Star Platinum though, like in it. That was pretty cool. But then based on the way that the stand interacted with John Gallier, do you have like a cold read on the personality at the very least?
Ooh, Well, okay, so the stand has a bondage motif, which is fitting for prison, right? Like they've got the spiked collar and everything. They've got the mask, but the mask also looks kind of like a crown.
Yeah.
So what that makes
does actually look like a crown. Yeah.
What that makes me think is that they basically see themselves as the king of this prison, right? You know,
Okay.
they are
There's
the one.
letters on the chin.
Oh yeah, CTGACTG. Or is that a triangle? Yeah, I think it's a triangle.
I think it's a triangle.
But what that says to me is that it's the I am a ruler of this place.
It just says please take me to the men's prison, not take me back.
Oh, okay.
So it didn't necessarily guide him here.
Gotcha.
That's why he was dressed up as a guard, probably.
Sure.
So that he could sneak his way over here without
Good point.
any issue.
And since a stand can't be seen by other people, it would absolutely make sense for that to be the one to help someone back, because then it's just, oh, a wounded guard. Oh no, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Does it congratulate itself? You're the only one who knows who I am. It's kind of swinging the disc with almost this little bit of cockiness of like, yeah, I got this. But it's not really celebrating as much. Just kind of stating the way things will be. The leaning on the corner is kind of a little bit of a pose here. But yeah, that crown gives me like Sauron vibes.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, I really, really like this stand. It feels very... It feels very Killer Queen, but with instead of Killer Queen, it's Killer King. You know,
but yeah, the letters and symbols that go around, like in very much a pattern, like
across
that repeats
the entire body. Yeah.
Yep. I wouldn't be surprised if that was like a reference to the musical piece that it is like playing on. You know. I wouldn't know what it means myself, but yeah.
It's 4 symbols or letters repeating, so it's not
right.
It could be like DNA, but
a triangle,
those aren't what DNA's
and
numbers are,
CTG. So
yeah,
I won't look that up just in case it does lead to anything or whatever. But yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if that's.
Imparting something to others. Jotaro said that is a wonderful thing, and he says, "I agree." So he is going to impart.
Right.
Stands or abilities or this specific stand to another.
Which I love, because then that's a way that you can have stands of the week that are minions of this figure that we have not necessarily ever seen, right? Without it being just the stand arrow, right?
Yeah.
And then that's how Jolyne can get people on her side as well.
They're both going to be doing
making their army, basically.
Well, right, but she can then be... hitting people with the stand arrow to recruit them, and then this entity will be.
Oh God, we could have sting operations where it's like, oh, you have a really good stand. All right, let's try and bait them out. They're gonna try and take your stand, right? And then we're gonna be waiting to try and see who comes after you or whatever. Like so many things could happen in this.
Also, I'm really excited that the sniper stand was actually real.
Yes, that was great. That's also a fun way to just be like, okay, yeah. I set up this whole thing, but that time that you spent in the story learning the stand is not wasted, right?
And also that time where we saw John Gallier setting up the sniper rifle out of the cane.
Right.
Yes, that is actually something that happened.
Exactly.
No, we didn't go all the way outside of the first-person perspective to show...
for a dream,
to show something that's not in their immediate vicinity.
But it's also a way that you can... Because I'm guessing probably one of the narrative complications of having multiple stands in an encounter or in an arc is that then you have to set up all of the stands, right? And that's just more time that you have to spend on things and whatnot. So having one where you have a false reality, let's recycle that and make sure that so that it's still being built up. And that way you can have the next stand user come in and have it be very quick and not need to spend time, okay, now there's a new person. How does their ability work? All this. It's just, nope, they're here. They have the ability that you already know how it works. Oh no, what do we do?
Yeah, and Araki is moving more and more away from encounters where people explain what their ability does in the middle of the fight. It's more like the characters will exclaim while time is essentially frozen, their stand does exactly this, and it's like,
Right.
oh no!
We have to figure out what their stand does so that we can avoid it, you know.
Right.
Yeah.
Also, I love that the thing that Jacob and I brought up about the issue with the shared dream and all that of how do you know what my stand is called in my dream?
Right.
This is not reality.
Yeah.
Jacob and I were like,
hold on.
that doesn't compute.
She's getting information, but how does the the enemy stand supply that information?
Right.
Yeah.
But then Jotaro then uses that to be like, okay, now I'm gonna punch her.
Right. Which
punch her stand, which will drag her.
Well, yeah,
also
as a way to move them, but even just the thing of no, Jotaro is so fucking perceptive that we can have a ridiculous dream for Jolyne where it's like, oh, there's a tunnel here and all this shit, right? But no, for Jotaro, we have to have it be basically reality and even tell him that he's in a dream in order to hopefully keep him in a dream for any period of time.
And then there were 7 layers off of that. Then he's he just kept breaking through all of them.
As far as rule of cool things to have for a character like Jotaro before he fucking dies.
Yeah.
That's a great one.
That was amazing. That was a shout out to the whole yes, Jotaro has a passive perception of 30 or 40 or whatever.
Right.
Nothing gets by him. It's just that he can't be everywhere at once. He can't stop everything. Mm-hmm. So
I mean, he can, but only for a few seconds. Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly. But wow, what an episode! What an episode! Also, the little sweet moment with him being like, "No, you're a Joestar."
Yeah.
The way you talked about that kid. You have conviction. You have heart.
Right.
You'll do great. You don't need me. You're gonna be okay.
Yeah.
I really feel like that's a sweet send off that was, just as much as they could, Araki could fit into that little short window of time.
Yeah, a little mumble. This really sweet, heartfelt message that goes on for a decent amount of time. Yeah.
Yeah, talking is a free action.
Right,
so,
exactly.
I really appreciate that, but now I'm so invested. I'm triply invested now in Jolyne's struggle here in the prison.
Oh yeah, kick ass, girl.
Go.
Just tear this place up.
Also, I love how her stand is basically Joseph Joestar laying out the string against what's his name in part 2.
Yeah, friggin' AC/DC.
AC/DC, the worst of the pillar men.
The rope that was looped together so that you could cut one and have the other one still be intact and all that.
But
shit.
It's the whole thing of, when did I do that? It's you weren't paying attention. You weren't focused on me. Now you're gonna die, bitch. So that's her ability is.
Yep.
Why weren't you giving me basically ample attention and taking me seriously? That's the way she's going to constantly one-up her opponents.
Oh, yeah.
Is that she's new with her stand. She doesn't know necessarily what to do with it, but because it's such a straightforward type of power, and also so omnipurpose in terms of what she can do with it, they better freaking watch her closely.
You think that she entered your web. No. She's spinning up one all around you.
Yeah. This spider, has.
She does have the spider motif.
Has its food already wrapped up, and you aren't even aware of it. You're being injected with nice little warm dreams that are liquefying you from the inside.
Mm-hmm. Oh, this is going to be so satisfying when she finally finds the asshole and just beats the shit out of them.
I would love for the twist to be that we specifically think it has to be a guy because of. Well, the stand having a very male-type voice and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. But there was almost this feeling I got from the very beginning of, the first episode when they were in, a women's prison kind of situation. And then they're like, oh, no, the M word, But, I thought, oh, cool, we're going to have an all-female JoJo's squad.
Which means then female villain.
Which means then probably a female villain as well. But if that's the thing that is eventually going to happen, it's just no. We have to get there first. And for now, it's not that. That could be a really cool
The male-looking stand
well.
would definitely work potentially, especially given the bondage motif for it, where the stand is basically her boy toy, that she sends around and has kill people and do all kinds of crazy stuff.
Possibly, yeah.
But yeah.
Now, I think generally it would probably be a little bit more satisfying if it was some kind of asshole guy or what have you, where it's just fucking
Although,
guys,
I don't know, I could definitely see it being less satisfying if it's a female villain and then you have the male JoJo aura-ing them. It's like that. Might
that feels a little bit
feel a bit weird.
Feel a little weird, yeah, potentially.
But two girls getting in an absolute brawl where then she just beats the shit out of them.
Yeah,
that could be pretty dope.
It'd be pretty awesome. But y'all, I'm gonna go rest on this one, but thank you so much for watching this episode.
Fucking dead.
Yeah, thank you so much for watching this episode's reaction and discussion. If you want to see the next episode's reaction and discussion right now, though, go check out the link in the description below for our Patreon. You can get on early access there. You can watch full-length timer reactions there, and all this comes with Discord access. You can chat with us in the community there about this show, about anime in general, and also be sure to check out our Twitch channel.
We stream every weekday. The info's in the description.
Yeah, so if any of that interests you, we'll see you there. But until then, we're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we'll see you all
next time.